Hello everyone, my name is Fen Muir and this is Starsector 9.5. So, I've been playing around with a lot of the mic and video settings, so I hope it looks a little bit better than it did prior. So we have we have some new portraits. I think this one's new, that one's new. We have some other new ones here, mostly down near the bottom. I think he's old, but some of these are new. Anyway, I'm gonna go with this one. We're gonna name this one Fen 9.5. Hey! So let's go ahead and jump in. So we're gonna be going with a bounty hunter, most likely. We started with one of these two last time. We could do freelancer, but nah, I think we're just gonna go with we're gonna go with bounty hunter. We would like to have the other officer first. So we're going to go with the kite shuttle. We're going to play on normal. I don't think the tutorial has actually changed. We'll quickly run through it, but I don't think it's changed. Well, let's see what they've changed about the tutorial. Because that I haven't looked at. It'll also give me an opportunity to look through what things they've made. What changes they've made in the game. Okay, so welcome to Starsector, same as last time, and they're giving us the scavenge ability. They're also trying to teach us how to move. Now we're not supposed to know how to pull this up yet, but let's just go here. So I have my settings set to campaign speed is a toggle instead of a hold. Okay, so assess. Let's go ahead and do it, and we got a little bit of stuff. Now it's going to ask us to quick save to advance the tutorial. And oh no, there's someone trying to come kill us. Let's go kill them. So it's going to point out how... I don't like that we don't get a visualization of our sensor range. So this is something new. Story points. You get plenty of those. I mean, you get loads and loads of them. Basically, for every 100% or so, I think you get an extra one. So there's something that is extremely disposable. So let's go ahead and say hi. They're not interested. Let's kill them. Okay. So we're just going to deploy everyone. We don't need to, but we will. And we're going to use our swarmer missiles to kill this guy. And of course he's going to turn his back to us, because he makes good decisions in that. He has no real chance against two of the ships. He doesn't have a chance against one of the ships, so not too worried about that. Very nice. Let's go ahead and keep going. We pick through the wreckage. And oh no! Our fleet consumption has gone up. And now we get our story, we get our character points, our skill points. So here's the new skill tree. Here's how it works. You cannot choose both of these. You only choose one per tier. And some of them are permanent. So... these two? No. Yeah, it says so up here if it's permanent. So if we look through, there are there are three skills that are permanent, and these two are up here. Here's the thing. When you go through here, you can go through here again and pick up all the other ones if you want to. Now, I think that means you could, in theory, you start with being able to have 8 officers. So this could bump it up to 10. This could potentially bump it up to 11. So you could have 11 officers if you really, really, really want to. The game, I think, does punish you to an extent for having too many ships now. It doesn't put a hard limit on them, but it does... give you a lot of diminishing returns per extra ship. So what I think is going to happen is that you're going to have officers who are in your bigger, deadlier ships, and then you're going to have officer, and then you're going to have a lot of disposable escorts because you're expecting the escorts to get destroyed. However, we have 2 points to use, and I really like transverse jump. However, I also really like the being able to move slowly more quickly. I am looking for the effectiveness of moving quietly or silently, whatever it's called. This is another thing. We have automated ships now. So, if you have less than 30 points, I guess, at a maximum of 30 or less total automated ship points. So ships have ship points. I don't know what that really entails. But at 30 points or less, you're good. I think that ships that cost ship points don't require crew, but you know, who knows. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the assault package because I'm just curious as to where that goes. And let's see what else we can do, because we have this level now, so we might as well just see what we can spend our points on. So that's really good for if you're going to be using lots and lots of frigates. Okay, so we have a lot of, say, afflictors. Then this is fantastic because it's just adding flat time to their usefulness. So if we decide to go with a lot of frigates, then this is incredible. From deployed frigates, 25 from destroyers. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one, and we're well, I don't know, because this is really nice. I like transverse jumping. It also increases how fast we go. It basically gives us a +2 to speed, essentially. This is basically +6 to speed, but only when moving slowly. Effectively, +6 to our total fleet speed, because moving slowly is half of your normal speed. This gives us extra cargo capacity, extra resources from salvaging, and post-battle salvage. If lost in combat, a ship is almost always recoverable. And so this one is just peak operating time. So basically, if the commander, if the player is flying a frigate, like a phase ship, this is fantastic. Yeah, because it gives, you can mix this with something like, I don't know, this. Yeah, this one, and you're just golden. You're just fantastic. We can do beam weapons. I think this one works fantastically with what is it called? Phase lances. And so we have these piloted ship ones. So regardless, fighters from piloted ships. So regardless of what tree you go down, you are going to get piloted ship. You're gonna have to take choices that are just piloted ship. You can't only stick to fleet or all ships only anymore, like I would do with some of them. So all ships with officers that also have demods, okay, and then our colony things are usually near the capstone of an ability. As I said, you can go through this twice if you want, which means if you wanted to get both of these, you would have to essentially spend 10 points to do it. You have 15 skill points total, and then use the next then use the next 5 to get here, to get one of these, or vice versa. So it really just depends on what exactly you want to do and why you want to do it. I'm interested in this because I think that could be really nifty for us. And I'm going to go with this for now. Simply, if it is a frigate, it's fantastic. This basically is encouraging me to play a... this is just encouraging me to play that afflictor. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with those two. I'm not going to play carrier because it's not particularly entertaining for you guys, I don't think. Okay, so we'll go with this. And as I said, like if we just wanted to, we could just reassign it with a single story point. It's not a big deal. But let's save. And now let's make our way over to Anzaira. At least I think that's what it wants us to do. So, we gained 1 skill point with each level up, and the max level is 15. Yeah, there we go. And you get story points as you gain experience. These can be used to take exceptional actions, to make your own story, and it can also be used to... yeah, it can also be used to... oh, well, I already did that. Fiore. I think that's an I, so Fiore. She wants us to go to Anzaira. We're already going to Anzaira, but we will do it again. Just so the game realizes what we're doing. It's pretty far away. So we have the sustain burn. I still don't like that sustain burn is not 4. I think it should be 4. Or it should be something else. Okay, so if you go through at full speed, there's a chance your fleet will be knocked off course. Some ships might even suffer damage from asteroid impacts. To move slowly... yes, okay, good. This is actually what teaches you this. I had to figure this one out by just looking at the controls. So a slow-moving fleet avoids this danger. Press and hold S to move slowly until you're through the asteroid belt. The danger is low, however, especially since the belt is thin. And you're only going across it. You could also get away with just going full speed. Well, yeah. Well, I pressed S and nothing happened. Okay, well, this is going slowly. It says we're getting closer. They want us to turn on a transponder. So basically, here's how it works. This is our sustained burn speed. This is our normal speed. Moving slowly is half our normal speed. Wait, what? Okay, I was holding it down and it went and canceled it. But let's go talk to station 2 Fiore. We could use a refresher, and I don't think anything here has changed. We have Derengu Money Station. What's in it for me? Give me some money. If they notice me, we'll cut and run. Alright, so we're going to do exactly what we did last time. They're going to leave us alone for the most part. So we have a little bit of money. We know that Derengu Money Station likely doesn't have a lot of things. So there's a local deficit of on supplies. Fuel is at cost. Drugs can be sold at a higher value, and all those things. So, well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and just... well, how much are they selling? They want to buy those for 12. Let's go to the bar. There's nothing there. We can go to fleet by pressing F. We can go to R by pressing R. Well, refit by pressing R. So, there's not a whole lot for us to buy right now. We really don't need all those extra things at the moment. So let's go ahead and quick save. Then let's go to Galatia Academy Station. I do like that the universe has gotten a little bit bigger. That things seem to be, like, progressing. But that I like. So this is a ring system. I don't think there's any chance asteroid impacts, though. So, okay, as you approach the star, quiet Taurus, poles of Glacia Station, your request to the automated docking queue is denied. After a moment, the comms link opens unexpectedly to a hegemony sigil. Encryption kicks in, and your view screen cuts to a harried-looking hegemony lieutenant using a handheld comms unit. My apologies, Captain. The Academy's closed during the crisis. I shall have to ask you to leave immediately. An adjutant. Wait, an adjutant? I don't know what an adjutant is. Like a judge? Is that what it's supposed to be? An adjutant leans into the frame and whispers something into his ear. So, you're the freelancer my CEO on Ansira got to help us. To help us out. He relaxes somewhat. I'm Lieutenant Caliban. Scene K. We're carrying out an investigation into who screwed up here while we take care of the problem out there. And we wish you luck, Captain, because if you don't solve this, it's going to get ugly. What's going on here? He considers whether to answer your question. Well, I suppose you're technically in the chain of command as an auxiliary, right? We arrested the provost of the academy on a screen full of charges: endangering space infrastructure, negligence of habitability protocols, gross conspiracy to manipulate unauthorized technologies. It goes on and on. And by old Earth, you note his jaw clenching unconsciously. He deserves it. Why? What did he do? We were briefed about the experiment, but it was only supposed to cause a minor increase in comms noise. Maybe some odd readings near the jump points. Nothing like this. Obviously, something more was going on. Something big enough that the provost had to know about it. And Lieutenant's adjutant whispers in his ear again. If you're not mistaken, there's some shouting in the background, barely picked up by the lieutenant's handheld comm unit. The mob grows restless, the lieutenant says with a joyless smile. He barks some orders to someone. The video feed jostles and flickers with static as they begin to move. We'll have to chat again later, Captain. I'll buy you a pint on Codal Station if you can get us out of this. You thank the officer and sign out. Alright, so not quite what I was looking for, but hey, it's better than nothing. Let's make our way over here and see what we can find. It almost feels like the zoom out has been limited to a degree. Let's go dark. Can we scavenge in here? It's a high risk. We won't bother. Now, going dark puts you at a speed where you should be able to where you're able to go in and out of asteroids with no real problems. Alright, so let's say hello to our agent, Orion Lunar. He gives us the information. We have Rose Cash. Let's see what they're willing to buy and sell. So what do they want on the black market? Ooh, they'll buy these for 300. I think that's the same as Ansira. They'll buy these for, a little bit more. They'll buy this for a huge profit. And this they just want for standard. We're not going to worry about that then. But what do they have here? Ooh, that's a pretty big amount. Huh. Alright then. Deficits all around. On pretty much everything. The only thing we could make money on at this point would be fuel. But once we satisfy that deficit, it's not going to matter. So let's sell them fuel. And they don't have much to sell. The fleet is running low on fuel. Oh no. Well, let's leave. Later, losers. Let's head back to Ansira. turn on that transponder so they don't get upset with us. And let's make sure to buy a bunch of fuel. Alright, so we're gonna go trade. A black market trade. Let's see, fuel. Oh no! Oh no, it's way more expensive. Okay, so we just lost some money. In other words, what the developers are saying in this case is, don't do what you've been doing. You jerk. I know we're gonna get fuel just by doing salvage and such, so instead of that, we're just going to move the story forward. There's a chime in the background. He looks disturbed. And yeah, we need to go and take out those defenses that are near. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. But okay, it should be out here somewhere. If I... Oh yeah, it's quick save. And then let's make our way out there. So it gave us some money. That's good. We like money. Let's continue on our way. We're going to want to... Oh. Okay. They, they swapped them around. Cool. Yeah, let's do that. Since we get out past Derinkyu, well, not Derinkyu Station, but once we get out past Pontus, I think it's only when you're in the asteroid belt that you have to worry about it. Let's see. Seems to be something over here. Let's go say hello. And domain error probe. Let's explore it. Let's engage the automated defenses. We're going to send everyone in, per usual. And let's see. Now these guys, they don't have defenses. They don't have shields. That is what I'm trying to say. So they're basically dead on arrival. Whether or not they realize it or not. Well, they're AI, they probably don't realize things. Anyway, you get the idea. Alright, done. Let's claim victory. And pick through the wreckage. Let's take it all. See, we got some fuel. In those salvage operations, let's take everything. And we have more salvage than our fleet can hold. So we are going to leave that there for now. We're going to head back to Onzaira. It's only metals, so I mean, we're not too worried about it. There's a significant risk, but it's still likely... Oh no! It's likely that we would find something. I'm not going to worry about it too much. And let's go. So, I do like that they've managed to make it so that the little exploit, I suppose, that we were doing previously is no longer valid. Right, let's sell those off. Let's head up here and hand in that. Alright, so they gave us a mud skipper, and we should really just try to hire all the crew that we can at this point, because the ships we're going to get are, well, significant. Let's hire all the crew we can from the black market, because why would you pay full price? And let's see. We should be fine on everything else. I'm not going to worry about it too much. But let's go over here. I think it's, yeah, it's over in that direction. Let's go to Tetra. We're speeding time up per usual. Tetra's down here. Let's go ahead and go slow through the asteroids so we don't get wrecked. And let's turn this off. Yeah, we'll take it. We can't really afford to, oh my goodness. Let's take everything. Wait. Last. I jumped the gun. Okay. Special measures might be taken to recover the ship. What is it? It's a kite. No, we're good. What about this one? It is a dram. Okay, so in other words, it's a lasher. There are very few ships that you can't use story points to recover. Cool. That is good to know. There we have a wolf, a kite, a buffalo, and a tarsus. Okay, so this is a buffalo destroyer. We'll be able to survive without it. This is a Tarsus Raider. Now we'll be fine without it. But let's say hello over here. Nothing that we're super interested in. And let's make our way over to Ansira. Let's go slow through the asteroid field. We're running low on supplies, and how are we... Okay, so we have the crew... Wait. Okay, no, we're good. We have enough crew. And we're just making our way downtown to see what we can get over here. So, let's go ahead and say hello. Okay, so, he's given us some weapons in storage. Let's go ahead and take all this into our inventory. Let's refit where we can. So this is alright, but I like having some other options. The mining blaster is pretty good at what it does. Very short range. What missiles do we have? We have sabots and harpoons. And we have annihilators. What about this? Okay, so I'm going to strip everything. And if possible, let's look at what we can do. So this can take a pulse laser, PD laser over here. So let's go with the pulse laser instead of the ion cannon. I mean, we could just do a ton of ion cannons. Let's go with the PD laser. Now let's go with the TAC laser. What is the button? There we go. Those. And then with this, we're just going to go with sabots. With this, actually, let's go. So the TAC lasers have a range of 1,000. So we're going to want to yeah. So no, let's try doing pulse laser. Then over here, because we have the ion, we have more ion beams. Well, ion cannons, right? Yeah, we'll do that. Then I'm going to do I'm going to go with 2 sabots. Because being able to just pound down the enemy's defenses is incredibly useful. I mean, yeah, this is probably fine. After that, we want to be able to move quickly and turn on a dime, but we also want to look at our weapons grips, which are here now. We go to auto assign, that's nice, but oh, and there's also 7 of them now instead of 4 or 5 or whatever it was. It's pretty good. So PD lasers, you always want your point defense to be on different groups if possible, so they all fire independent. You can have that fire independent. The pulse laser, we also want that to fire independent, and the sabots are going to be together on group 1. So we can move everything up a bit if we really want to. And the entire thing here is going to be that we control the sabots, and just pound down the enemy as we can. Now, with the ion cannon and the sabots, everything should be pretty good about this. So let's get rid of one of these. We can always replace them later. Let's because like we can always just refill that one with overdriven. Not a problem. The other thing is, if we will eventually want to always use reinforced bulkheads so we can get the ship back, but for now in these fights it's not that big of a deal. Let's see, we can custom this. And for this one, because it has a lot of harpoons, we're going to want to find a weapon that is just really good at taking down shields. We're going to want to build him to just burst things down. Oh no. What's this one? Never mind for now. Pull these up. We have 3 points to add, so we go with armored weapon mounts. That slows them down, I think. Increases durability of all weapons, but their turn rate is lower. So let's look at this real quick. So we would spend 440 if we fired everything. Our current flux dissipation is lower than 440, which is actually a problem. So what that means is that we won't be able to fire forever. We'll have to weave in and out. But the wolf is good at that, actually. So that's not as big of a problem as you might think. One of the things that the wolf is also pretty good at doing is being able to maneuver very quickly. Okay, this should be fun. We're going to update the custom over there. We're going to put that over here. Custom. There we go. It should be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. And because the flux distributor, yeah, I mean that's decent. No, you don't need it. Oh well. Okay, well it was doing the best it could. Why not? Okay. So we're going to go back to fleet and move these two next to each other. Then we have some kites. Finally, we have a destroyer which we will put in the very back, so it gets pushed the furthest forward. Oh, that's right. We also have escort packages, right? Is that something we can do? We have assault packages and escort packages. Ah, there it is. Can only be installed on civilian grade hulls, military subsystems. Oh, okay, I see. Well, that's not very good. So, I mean, we could put them on this. I think that's if you decide that you wanted to go with a freighter army. You could do that. So yeah, if you wanted to do like the freighter planes, you could. Okay, so that makes sense, I suppose. Let's make these guys. We want them to hit really, really hard. We want them to use their weapons constantly. So, if we give them swarmers, they won't really use them as often as I'd like. So we're going to give them annihilators, and then probably a railgun. They're fast enough to outrun a lot of things. We don't need to really worry about this all that much. He doesn't have a whole lot of flux generation either, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's look at his weapons groups. It's auto-assigned, the railgun fires all the time, and its flux generation is lower. The railgun's flux generation is lower than its flux dissipation, so we're not too worried about that. I'm also not too worried if these things get destroyed, because, I mean, let's just face it, They're not really supposed to be in... I mean, they're not ships I'm going to be super worried about. We'll just auto-fit this to something. We might as well just auto-fit this to something as well. And over here. So this one has a lot of hard points. I think they actually nerfed the amount of... They might have... No, I don't think there's... I think they still have the same amount of weapon mounts. Let's see. We will give it some heavy mortars. The heavy mortars are anti-armor, so let's give it some anti-shield weapons if we can. We can't. Let's give it some anti-fighter missiles then. No, actually, let's give it some weapons that still prevent things from running away from them. After that, we're going to want some anti-shield weaponry. And these are mostly these are mostly shields, so... Wait, but autocannon, dual autocannon. Let's go with that if we can. We don't have another dual autocannon to use, so we will instead go with a light machine gun over here, and I think you have a light machine gun, right? Yeah, let's just take that off. Let's put that over here. Now, the majority of our strong damaging weapons are best when we're facing forwards, so make sure we don't have any extra of those dual autocannons used anywhere. We don't, so we'll just have to make do with what we've got. But now we have all of our weapons. As an erratic fuel ejector, not too worried about that. Let's see, what can we do? We're going to want him to be able to move, to be able to spin faster, so the auxiliary thrusters are going to be useful for that. And we're going to want to give him the most shields and everything else that we can get. He has 6 points left to spend. Armored weapon mounts, sure, why not? And that one should work out. Let's auto-fit you to something, and I think we are actually good to go. So, because of how the game deploys ships, it goes from back to front when deploying ships. So if I put this here, this will be furthest back in the line. If I put this here, it will be furthest front in the line. So I actually want all of my ships that I don't want in combat in the very front, the very top of the list. That will ensure that we actually do decently well. Okay, so all that's taken care of. Now we need to... What? So what is our job now? Use our hyper sync grids to produced by the AI core to stabilize the inner ring. We have to defeat the pirates first. Oh yeah, this is just another quality of life thing. Now instead of you having this little pulsing dot, it's now the entire thing. And I think it's that way even on the, even on that map. So instead of you getting lost out here and trying to find your stuff, you know exactly where you are. So that's a fantastic quality of life. I'm glad they have decided to embrace that. Alright, so we're going to want to lure some of these dudes away. We don't want to take too long to do it, though. They are really close to each other. Alright, so let's kill them. They are just by themselves. Let's move to engage. Let's hit them with everything that works. We are in the wolf. So we have our sabots over here. He seems to be wanting to commit suicide, so let's oblige him. That venture could be a problem for us. However, not too bad of a problem. but we're going to need to pound on him for a while to kill him. And so we're going to want to kill his friends first. This buffalo is kind of separated out here. So we're going to target him. And we're just going to go after his engines, because why not? Well, let's go and take out the other one. Okay, so I think they got the other one. Let's go and have to take out this venture then. So he has all of these little dudes to help him out. Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? So ideally, we're just going to help him die. The main weakness of the Venture class ship is that it has a lot of armor, but it's really just intended to be a big meat shield. If it can't be a meat shield, then it's basically screwed. Okay, so we can do ship recovery. We have difficult recoveries, that's the Venture. And we could get the Buffalo. So we have... It would require a lot of crew from us, so we're not going to do that. We will instead pick through the wreckage, take it all, and we have some extra stories, some story points to spend. Alright, so we are currently repairing. Good, we're still working at that. Let's go ahead and just speed up time a little bit. When this goes back down to whatever it was, we'll be good to go. Let's go after you, buddy. Okay, and he's kind of dangerous mainly because of this one. So we're going to move to engage. We're going to throw everyone into the breach again. And let's go kill these guys. Okay, so we have... That one's the most dangerous one there. However, we're going to help kill these off. Right, well. Nice, we're taking out his one gun. So let's go and kill him. Okay, so we got that kite of ours. That's fine. But yeah, he can't stand up to our destroyer at all. We have this kite over here that we want to kill off. The other wolf is playing tag with that sunder. That is fine. And we just want to kill off all of its buddies, if we can. Very nice, kill him. Oh, and I just realized that our missiles are linked. And that's fine, that's not a bad thing or anything. Not at this juncture, at least. But it does mean that when we get to this sunder, we're going to overpower it very quickly. We just want to wait until it gets a decent amount of flux on it, and until we are targeting its shields. And then we kill it. Nice. Let's go ahead and claim victory. Ship recovery use day. We'll want the Sunder, and sure, we can take those two as well. We will need to go to fleet, and we will want to mothball some of these. So we'll want to mothball this one, and that's alright. Let's go to the jump point, let's stabilize it, and now let's head back to Ansira. Okay, so that's done. Ansira, what's up going on, my guys? Let's say hello. And we were paid quite nicely, and he wants us to go to Corvus. Nice. Let's not repair all of our ships per se. So instead, look at the ones that we want. So what's up with you? Okay, that's fine. That doesn't tell me anything. It says increased maintenance, degraded shields, and faulty power grid. Okay, well, I mean, that's not the worst thing. The real question is, what weapons can we get on you? Because we can get phase lances, that's just death for everything. If we can't get phase lances, then we're going to struggle a little bit more. Okay, so if they're dealing with something that can rush them down, these guys die pretty easily and quickly. Especially if they have a lot of demods and can't move very fast. However, it's not too big of a deal. What ships can we buy here? We could buy a destroyer, but we don't have the we don't really have the money for it yet. We are still quite the fledgling little group. We also need more people, so we're going to go over this. We don't really care what this is set up to. I would like assaults, perhaps. Over here, let's go with our custom, I guess. This allows them to still be relevant and also just do point defense. This one allows them to be anti-fighter if we run into a lot of enemies that use fighters. But we haven't run into a ton of those yet, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. However, we do need some extra crew. Okay, I don't know how much this has changed. Let's go to our fleet, let's unmothball you, and now let's hire some new employees. So we're going to want a few more employees than... oh, no. We're going to want more employees than we need, strictly speaking. Because people will get injured, people will get killed, and we're going to need a little bit more fuel. So let's go and buy a little bit more fuel. A little bit, I guess 200 something is a little bit. And so we're good there. We have 14,000 money. Let's refit everything. Let's repair everything. Let's go to Galatia and see if that has changed at all. So we'll allow the scan. If you trade on the black market, they will come after you. They don't like it. Alright, so maintaining contact with our fleet, that's probably pirates. Okay, so the Stark-wide holes of Galatia Academy Station crawl past a slow magisterial rotation. Crawl past in a slow magisterial rotation. The ivory tower looms before you. Your request to the docking queue is approved. Your comms officer helpfully mutes the chippery automated vid feed presenting the bowlerized history of Galatia, of the Galatia Academy and its role in providing education and research to the Persian sector, while remaining above political influence. The landing promenade is filled with modest civilian transports and a few high-end personal craft, and at the far end, a row of freighters offloading supplies. A junior academy agent greets you in a landing lounge with promotional paraphernalia in hand. Greetings, Captain. Perhaps you are an alumni? Have you considered donating to a scholarship with the scholarship trust with the Academy? So we'll ask about the Academy. The agent launches into a polished spiel. The Academy was founded pre-collapse, a humble institution of research and higher education on the grand frontier of the domain. The dual foci were practical matters in the fields of applied terraforming to engineering sciences and more theoretical pursuits, including study of local astrophysics and xenobiology. The collapse, of course, changed everything, and in the following cycles, the youth's eyes wander over the people coming and going. Groups of youths full of energy and displaying earnest association with various subcultures by modifying their standard academy uniforms, knock off hive scum, hollow tags, ironic Luddic weave, hegemony officer coats done up in off-code colors and patterns, ill-fitting spacer rigging, and a few proper academics. Academicians in off-white coats study their data pads, or walk swiftly in small groups to meetings and lectures. So let's request to speak with the provost. Or was it provost? I forget. The academy agent makes a quiet request through their personal comms and then gives you a patient look. The new provost is very, very busy. New administration after the recent unpleasantness, you know? This could take some time, days, weeks sometimes. You might want to leave your comm ID with me and come back. The comm unit chimes softly. Yes? Really? I mean, yes, we'll come up immediately. The agent turns to you. Provost Baird, we'll see you right now. We'll see you right now. Please follow me, Captain. We go and you are led through a discreet, secure access door as to a series of passages that bypass the public concourses. You are brought to a travel lift which activates at the Academy agent's presence and step inside of the agent's encouraging nod. The lift pod is wrapped by a diamond matrix through which you can watch the canyon-like sweep of plazas pass by, filled with crowds of students, academics, and technicians. Raising your gaze, you see that the pod is approaching a tiered substructure, which seems to hang over the curve of the station interior. The pod slows, and you shuffle to adjust to the local grav effect field gradient. You must be near the core of Glacier Station. A guard wearing a mirrored face plate dismisses the junior agent, and ushers you through the first doors to an antechamber filled with small groups of people who are presumably waiting to meet the provost. They have perfect hair and perfect skin, unmarred by the radiation or burns that mark a spacer. Those cybernetics you can spot are conspicuously stylish adornments rather than crude augments. Many have brought their young progeny with them. The stench of wealth and influence is palpable. Heads turn as you are led past all of them towards a set of large doors which appear to be inlaid with wood from real trees. You feel their glares on you, like point defense fire on heavy armor. Play it cool, eyes forward, smile and wink at them. You're special, and know it. Well, are we gonna be a jerk to these people? You know what? Is I have met people who are like that. I have met people who stare down their noses at everyone. So you know what? We're going to smile and wink at them. As you enter the office, the doors close silently behind you. Provost Ignacia Baird turns to acknowledge your entrance while concluding a call via her desk tablet. Ancient wood shelves for real paper books gleam darkly in subdued light emanating tastefully from nowhere. The shelves are only half stocked from crates scattered around the office. A brass orrery of the Galatia system adorns a plinth at the center of a seating cluster. Parchments mounted behind the provost's desk display intimidatingly intellectual rankings. Their seals of authenticity softly glowing. I apologize for the mess, she says, having noted your examination. I've only just moved office. Before you speak, she raises a hand. You're not up here to set up a donation. Why then? Because it is very much to my interest to know about the up-and-coming mercenary captain who corrected the unfortunate situation created by my ambitious but incautious predecessor. She pauses. The institution is not devoted to purely theoretical works. She forms a cradle with her hands, as if to hold an idea that she examines as she examines it. For what use is knowledge if it does not give us the power and wisdom to change the world for the better? She leaves the question hanging in the air for a moment. I mean, I personally think knowledge is good for its own sake. Uplifts the human spirit. Well, I don't know about that. Can be very profitable, definitely. Brings us closer to the Creator. Nah, that sounds like Miller. That sounds like you're now trying to be Alec Lister or something. So knowledge is good for its own sake. The Provost Verd cuts you off as you begin to speak. The question was rhetorical, Captain. She brings her hands apart. My point is that the Galatia Academy could make use of someone like you. Someone capable, discreet. And here she pauses, a tactic for emphasis she appears to have employed often, and very well paid. I do not wish to make the same mistake as my predecessor. If one wants to do work properly, one must provide appropriate incentive. She leans back away from you, done speaking, for real this time, probably. Well, yeah, I'm interested. I should put you in contact with the, whatever that word is. Let's try to figure it out. Academician? With Academician Alivis Sebastian. He will be your liaison with the Academy. You will receive a few mundane tasks from various departments in the Academy so that we may build our working rapport, as well as provide you with some funds, with the funds you require to bring your fleet up to my standards. She looks over her spectacles at you. Most of all, I require evidence of trust. I intend to remain provost here for a long time, and productive relationships are built on trust. We will speak again before long, I'm sure. She looks out of the dimmed windows at the great halls of the Galatia Academy. You cannot imagine what we shall accomplish. She smiles now. Not for you, but for herself. Right. Well, it seems that we can say hello to her whenever we want. Let's see what Sebastian's up to. Oh, hello, it's you! Your contact almost looks surprised that you're calling, but manages to launch into an upbeat introduction. My name is Alvis Sebastian, the new provost, that is, Provost Baird. Assigned me to be your liaison with the Academy. I hope you're as excited to work with me as I am to be working with you. Yeah, okay. Nice to meet you, man. Right. Yes. He seems nervous to be meeting a real-life space captain. You idly wonder how he even got into this position. Different departments within the Galatia Academy tell me what they need done, and I coordinate with freelancers such as yourself to procure it, the necessary services. Oh, and I run jobs by the finance department, by the finance office. We have to make sure we get paid. That's very important. At any time, if there's any, there may be various jobs open for you. You just have to check in with me. Or sometimes there might not be jobs if they're all fulfilled. He reads something on his tablet. But, it looks like Provost Baird wants you to have first priority for anything that comes up. She must like you. You're not so sure of this. I will ask about the jobs. He taps his datapad. Let me look at what we got lined up for you today. The Gravity Dynamics Department needs a small team of scientists transported to a research outpost in Eta the Eta King system. The Cyber Medical Engineering Department has turned up records of a data cache on the Kilix of the King system. They just need someone to go there and transmit the contents back to the Academy. The team in Lambda F Lab, they're like a special instrument package run on the Nebula in the Kitten system. I wonder if there's a guy with a beard and a crowbar there in the Lambda system, the Lambda team. A key academician from the Classical Terran Studies Department was imprisoned by the Ludic Church on Hephaestus for performing research. We need someone to pay the tithe so they can be released. Do any of those sound nice? Anything interested in anything? Alright, let's talk about the imprisoned researcher. Well, what happened is the academician Lindsay Stokes from the Classical Terran Research Department was on a research mission, possibly near volumes patrolled by the Ludic, the Church of the Galactic Redemption, and was kinda interred by the Knights of Lud. There, Sebastian ponders for a moment, enthusiastic about enforcing certain prescripts. Between you and me, their understanding of theory is a bit loose at best, so there can be misunderstandings. We, that is, the Classical Terran Studies Department, was assured that the project was cleared by the Exarch Lyzon, who runs a shrine here on the Academy Station. So, we're not sure exactly what went wrong. Maybe this might be an interdepartmental conflict with the church. Sebastian stops himself and looks again at his datapad. Right, we need a representative. That will be you. To travel to the Hephaestus and make arrangements with the representative from the Knights of Blood. I was hinted that the tithe of 64,000 credits would smooth things over, so the finance department will give you that cash up front. Your payment for performing this mission will be 441,000 credits. For the rich. Ooh, I like this. But okay, fine. We'll just deliver your money to these idiots. Okay, so what else? Let's do that so we at least have some stuff to do. And it's a quest. So let's go and go to the ransomed researcher. Let's go over here and go to Hephaestus. Hesperus. It's Hesperus, not Hephaestus. Alright, so to Hesperus we go. We're going to want to slow down in the asteroid belts. And let's continue on our way. Oh, that's not good. Well, let's fight them. Let's move to engage. This is a bad idea. Let's move to engage. Let's do this. Show me what you've got, you turds. Right. Kill them. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Die. Well, he can't fire again for a while. Hello, friendo. Oh no! Poor thing. Let's go after you next. You got all these nice fancy shields and Oh no! Your nice fancy shields! Oh, don't shoot me. Alright, so... all we need to do is kill off their little escort ships, and our jobs become very easy, comparatively. It does look like they're trying to stay a little close to their friends. So we are here. That's our stuff. So yeah, we're going to want to take care of their smaller ships so that we can then just focus on killing their bigger ships. Let's see, we're gonna come after you. Nice. I'll come after you. You don't have any shields, so you're kind of just dead. Nice. Let's go after... I'm gonna go after you next. Okay, so the main strategy we are using here is if we can kill off all the escorts, then we can then focus entirely on the enemy ships that we want to kill off and bring everything we have to bear. Nice. Okay, so... alright, we got rid of one of them. Let's go after this hammerhead. Is that what it's called? I think we still have one set of missiles left, so that's going to work out for us. Yeah, we don't want to be too close, so for when it explodes. Alright, there she goes. Yeah, that'll teach him. Ship recovery. We could use another... oh, nah, not for difficult recoveries. Let's just pick through the records, let's take it all. And let's continue on our way, and we have leveled up again. So we have a carrier group and crew training. All ships, including carriers. Peak readiness is higher. And this one, faster fighter replacement. This gives us the converted hangar bay, which we actually want. So let's keep going. Okay, I like how they changed the sound. Instead of it being that or whatever it was, that so now just a it's not just a boosh. It's very bassy now. Now, if you move slowly, you won't get hit by hyperspace storms. That also means you have to move this fast. It's probably better just to avoid the storms at that point. So, let's turn on the transponder, let's go over into Paladin's Bridge. Ooh. Alright. Ah! Okay, good. And let's say hello to these guys. To the Pums, Knight Commander. We established with this guy. How may I serve with that? We asked about a certain criminal associated with the Galatia Academy. Ah, you're from the Academy. Oh, quite not. They hired you, is that right? He gives you just a glance. It is. First, I would like to assure you that the individual on whose behalf you are petitioning the Knights has been treated well, though considering their crimes, has been confined as a guest, has been confined to the guest dormitory, and had technological privileges limited. The Knight flips a page on some sort of real paper notebook, reading, I see here that this academia was caught with a number of devices. Research equipment, they say. These devices have been destroyed. He looks up at you. He looks up to see how you react, then nods to himself. We understand the need for stable relations between our respective institutions, he says, and the Mother Church
has emphasized this point very precisely to our order. Therefore, the system's Archmandarite General has agreed to waive the usual procedures in place of generous donation to the church. I trust you have brought the Academy's silver.
He gives you a hint of a wry smile. Let's talk about it. Well, brother, you begin to touch on the cadence of a concourse preacher you once heard coming to you as if from nowhere. Oh wait, okay, let's do this. Brother, I feel you don't fully approve of what is happening here. Before the knight can object you prying into business and not your own, you raise a hand to gently stop him. You explain that you understand that it is not only that it is. You explain that you understand it is not your place to ask why they are in this position, but as a fellow member of the faith, you emphasize with the moral struggle of having to answer to both institutions and one's own God-given conscience. You speak softly, building rapport with Knight Copeland, who is nodding now. Truly, you explain, it is tragic and tawdry worldly affairs tarnish the beautiful spiritual journey mapped out by the prophet of Lud, but such is the fallen world.
That's just the thing, Fen. Anyone, really, is caught between higher ideals, the transcendent glory that drives us to rise above all.
A violent hand motion.
This. And the spiritual compromise required to exercise even a measure of power in this world. With the office comes power to do some good. I realize, but
he sighs deeply, looking off to the side.
But with that good also comes evil. And each time I feel it eat away at my soul, just a bite. But after years and years, who have I become? When it was my day to join the stars, I will be the man who once was filled with the light of creation, who was so inspired to swear to serve as a knight of Lud? Or will I hold an accounting book filled with my own cowardly compromises at the end, heavy enough to weigh down my soul?
His face hardens as he comes to some decision. With a sweep of the arm, Knight A 9.5A throws the paper notebook at it. Knight Me throws the paper notebook from his desk. You wince at this treatment of a genuinely handcrafted object.
Hear this, Captain.
So, basically what happened here is the player name was put here instead of Knight Captain or whatever. Balance Copeland.
Hear this, Captain. I won't allow myself to sink into slow spiritual death by these whispering wormwood corruptions. That was not Lud a martyr?
He looks directly at me, and with fire in his eyes now.
Take the researcher. Tell them of when Lud freed the prisoner. Tell them of mercy, and of how the sacred can be found, even in those who seem most lost.
He stands and jabs a key with on a battered console that was spared his burst of wrath.
Blessed blessings of Lud upon you, Fen. Now I have work to do.
The comms shut off. You're left unsure of how you feel about this, about inspiring this newfound conviction by way of your admittedly modest deception. Your logistics officer clears their throats and motions to the main display. A passenger request to pick up has been received from a small shuttle bay. Your wayward researcher. The shuttle is dispatched, returning with a flustered academician. All that remains is to return to the Galatian Academy. Alright. Hey guys, you got any stuff I can buy? I mean, by lot, I need to know what we can get you. What can we buy from you? Oh, heroes of Lod. Do you have cheap fuel? I mean, do you have cheap fuel? Alright, so we could buy Marines and sell them. I mean, they're not cheap. What about this? Is this cheap? No. Well, this would get us. This is illegal, right? No? It's not illegal here? Alright then. Okay. Easy way to say. Easy way to see. What are they good at? Industry, mining, so this should all be cheap. Yeah, it's cheap. And light industry, so this should be cheap-ish. Okay, so where can we sell this stuff at? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, never mind. I think we're good. What ships do they have? Do they have any ships that we would like to buy? Well, they have one of these. That's pretty nice. I don't know what mounts it has in this version of the game. But, yeah, we'll see, I guess. It has... Oh, goody. It has pretty much everything it did last time. Excellent. So we repair our ships at the Dark Yard. Dark Yard, huh? Let's actually slap something on this. Yeah, okay. Seems fine. And... Okay, good enough, I guess. And, we will repair our ships. Let's see. Freelance Administrator, Sub-Systems Orbits. Have any flashily dressed woman? You look like you threw the jump point. She says, I know the location of Perdition Wing Blueprint. Nice. Well, we're not really interested right now. Okay, so we have our dude. Let's head back to... Arcadia? No, Galatia. So we can go back to the Galatian Academy, which doesn't have the, Yeah, you can scan us, it's fine. Alright, out we go. So let's make our way out to the Galatian Academy again, turn this in, and then that will be all she wrote for today. Alright, so we can just go slowly and we won't get hit by storms, which is nice. It does mean you can basically just go in a straight line most of the time. Kind of defeats the purpose of sailing about. Turn that transponder on, and let's say hello to our good old friends. Sebastian looks nervous. You open the columns with the academician Sebastian. Oh, Captain, the Classical Terran Studies Department wanted to give you their thanks for returning the academician. Well, you won't remember their name, but they are all very pleased to get back to work on the, well, I shouldn't really say. Sebastian looks nervously around, then clears his throat. Trust me, they're very pleased, and it's due to you. Good job. Nice. It's just an automated responder. Nice. Okay, guys. Well, we managed to get a bunch of money out of that. I think this has been zoomed in by the developers. But you can see our ships here. think it's zoomed in a little bit more than it was last time. I'm not too sure on why. But my name is Fen Plays. This has been Starsector 9.5a. Go ahead, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and just tell me what you think about the new version of Starsector. Are you liking it? Are you not liking it? Are you liking how they've added things and not? We're going to be getting to the mechanics very soon. Trying new things, starting some colonies, starting some stuff, and we're just going to see where things go. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.